What's tea, you guys, and welcome back. Yes, honey, Raina Tees is back with another video. I hope this video finds you guys in good spirits before this new moon for Monday, February 4th. That's right, bitch. Get into it. Get this work done, honey. So just to let you guys know, Raina Tees is open for spell work and bookings. We have our Big Cartel shop information that will be left down in the description box below, where we offer our customized spell service kits for love and baneful magic. You can get reconciliation, domination, bitch, love me, all that. With the love box, and for the bane box, cursing, breakup, hexes, that sort of thing. So with that being said, yeah, and you can also purchase a reading there as well. But if you want to contact us for personal one-on-one spell work or personal spell work exchange, girl, definitely hit that email. So let's talk. Let's talk today. Yes, girl, because with this new moon coming, I feel like some of us are really going to be experiencing some real transitional growth, and some growth that needs to be constantly reminded to us on our soul's ascension and on our soul's journey. And so many of our recent workings and tappings and dealings have been surrounded with love magic. Okay, so I want to talk about love magic, bitch, and how psychology works in love magic, and the type of psychology that you must have to have successful love magic. Okay? See, when it comes to love and love working or love magic, it is magic of the mind. It is magic in the manifestation of the crown and third eye, throat, and heart chakra, that upper region. Oftentimes it includes the solar and the sacral that deals with sex and our egos and our energies and things like that too. But a lot of times when we're trying to sway, charm, enchant, dominate, possess, mesmerize, bitch, all bewitch, beguile, all those things, we're working in the higher planes of the chakra bodies. Okay, so for your love manifestation to come to fruition in those upper chakra regions, like the mind, the heart, and the soul, you too must be on a frequency that is magnetic and attractive, and in the spirit of abundance, to yield and receive what it is that you want. Okay, so I want to talk about a few things here and lay mention to why they're so important when you start, embark, or play around with, whatever you want to say, in love magic. Okay, because it's very important. And I realize that when a lot of clients come to us either for readings on what another worker is doing for them, or they want insight on our work as well, they need to understand these things. They need to understand where their head needs to be at to be successful in achieving what they want. Okay, so I want to talk about something that's really important, and let me just give y'all some footnotes. So whenever I am like in the situations that I've been in love, or dealing with how to rectify a love situation gone wrong, a love situation that's we've split, whatever the case may be, I always take time away from myself to process, to research. And I like research a lot. Like my Mercury is in Gemini, so I process like information. I'm like always on the go looking for like information, and I love reading people's feedbacks and testimonials and what they did differently, if it worked, if it didn't work, and just tailoring that to my own experience. And I think that's how we all learn and grow to some extent outside of hands-on experience and trial and error, right? So during this time where you're considering getting back with your lover, you're doing work to get back with your lover, bring them back, reconciliation, or even attract a new lover, okay? Your mindset, again, like I said, is a very important component in how successful how potent and how fast, a lot of times too, a lot of times how fast things manifest and return to you. So I want to talk about this topic that I researched. I remember falling upon, and it just resonated so much with me because I was like, damn, like that is the truth right there. So a key confidence, like if you Google how to get back with my ex, how to win my ex back, how to get back after we broken up, I dumped them or they dumped me and I want them back. Those sort of things. When you look up those sort of things, a lot of the language, a lot of the dialogue, a lot of these steps are outlined in the very same fashion. Why? Because it's understood and statistically tested, and not saying there are not trials and errors or certain situations won't fall out or pan out differently, but they've been tried and true to show that this is how the mind works. This is how the mind processes a breakup, grief, separation, healing, overcoming, and possibly starting anew with someone different, and or reigniting that flame with a previous partner. Okay. And one thing that really stood out to me during my researching of this was understanding the mindset of scarcity versus abundance. And I'm going to say that again for you hoes. For you hoes, there is a huge magnetic and energetic difference between the mindset of scarcity and abundance. Let's get into that, okay? So when you're in a scarcity mindset, or if you ever pay attention to a person in a scarcity mindset, they continue to experience that scarcity. Haven't you noticed? A person that comes along and complains to everyone about their woes, they're a victim in every situation, they are always looking for handouts, they're always looking for someone to kind of carry the burden of their blame. It's never really they're never taking on accountability for participating in that scarcity. You continuously see them dealing with more episodes of scarcity. It could be in money, it can be in jobs, it can be in relationships, it can be in material possessions and acquisitions. It could be any of those things, but you always see them repeating the same pattern. On the versus side of that, people who exist in an energy and a frequency of abundance and confidence and value and a sense of self-value, you see them having multiple doors being open to them, multiple opportunities, blessings, things coming their way, things, they're in relationships, and if it doesn't work, they give themselves a little time and then they're in another relationship. And you ever look at people like that and you're like, damn girl, like I get that it was just 2 months ago, but you already in another relationship. And that's not to speak on the nature of that new relationship, because I know there are certain subjects about rebound relationships and if they're going to work, if they're meant to last, blah 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 blah. We're not talking about that. We're talking about scarcity versus abundance. And when you're dealing with love magic, scarcity is the biggest killer of love magic. It is also the biggest killer of getting your ex back. If you read up on it, it's the biggest killer of getting your ex back, having any chance of reconciliation, it is. Why? Because you're constantly emanating and resonating from a place of fear and fear of lack. Okay, so let's talk about that area of scarcity, and I'm going to give you 2 examples. So I broke up with my ex, for example. And oh my God, it was so heartbreaking. It was so painful. What am I gonna do? I'm worrying about, am I gonna find somebody else? Did I make the right decision? Was it a mistake? I'm miserable. I need them. I want them. What if they find somebody else? Oh my God, I just found out they found somebody else. How could they do this to me? Why are they cheating? Basically, in your mind, you still feel like they're cheating on you. Why did they betray our trust? And did our relationship for the months or years or whatever, did it mean anything? Me. I'm so angry and I'm so fearful that this person won't ever be a part of my life again. And because of that, I am in a position of feeling that I'm experiencing lack. I am in an energetic field of continuously generating an energy of scarcity and lack. Oh my God, it might be finally over. Oh my God, my worst fears are coming to realization. Oh my God, what if they do this, and that? What if they go off and, I never hear from them again, and blah, 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 blah. All the fear-based projections, all the fear-based apparitions, all the fear-based things that you are telling yourself in seeing this and witnessing this, that is continuously permitting more. Of course, when you're in the mindset of scarcity, you're blowing up your ex's phone. You're stalking their social media. You're stalking, you're reading into every little comment post and this and that. What does that mean? What does this mean? Are they thinking about me? Do they miss me? Oh no, they don't miss me because they're talking about the ex. They're talking about the new boo now, and they're talking about how happy they are, and they're just got couples pictures all over the place. You're constantly feeding that. That scarcity is continuing to fuel the separation. On the flip side, let's talk about a person who splits in the mindset of abundance. Yes, they are grieving, they are hurt, but they say to themselves, you know what? I cherish the relationship. I'm going to give it a little time. I'm going to, if there are ties that I need to mend or things that I said that I'm not very proud of, I'm going to give time. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to let them know that I am sincerely sorry and I apologize and I appreciated them and the time we shared. But, however, though I would love for them to be back in my life and for us to experience a better, new, evolved relationship, a new version of ourselves together, I'm not going to put my life on hold. I know that a separation means that this is the time for me to place the energy and the focus and the love back within myself. I have my support system within my friends, families, colleagues, co-workers. I'm not saying you should just drag everybody into your sorrowful woes of being broken up, but I know that I have my support system. I know that my ex is possibly going to act out in a way that is meant to hurt me, but I'm not going to take it personally. They may get with someone else. They may start a new relationship. They may post that it's the happiest they've ever been, and the last relationship they were in with me was complete shit and shambles in comparison to what they have now. But you know what? They're still grieving, just like I am. The relationship we had was still real, just like I know it was for me. And I still know that I am deserving of love. I will love again. I will find new love. And that love doesn't even have to be with another romantic partner. It could be in me finding out or getting back to something that I've always wanted to do, but because I was in a relationship, that person didn't like it so much. Maybe they didn't, identify with it. Maybe it was something that we were always together and so busy that I never had time for. I'm going to put my energy back into that. I'm going to pour my love back into an avenue of creativity. I'm going to pour myself back into networking with people, being around with people, communicating with people, expressing my feelings, my thoughts, things that are really going on, and getting out of that old space, that space from the past, and living in the present and aspiring towards a better, brighter, happier future. That is abundance. Okay? That is abundance. And that shit is attractive. It's attractive when you go peak. Is for you girls who are looking after your exes, For you guys that are checking up on every status of your ex, doesn't it make you want them more when you see them living life happy, bubbly, out with their friends, maybe even out with that new partner? It makes you want them even more because there is new value. There is abundance that they have labeled upon themselves. Now, it doesn't always mean that the picture is as pretty as its post. Okay, there could be underlying issues, and a lot of times, if when you break up with someone who exhibits, bad traits, karmic soul lessons that they need to overcome, fragments, soul fragmentations, narcissism, these people don't change. Okay, they have to themselves. You can't change them. The new relationship or the new girlfriend is not going to change them. They have to go through and experience that change for themselves. Okay, so I also don't want people to fall into this loophole of thinking, oh, well, because they post and they look so happy and they're this and this and that, it means that they're in this state of abundance. No, the state of a state of abundance comes from within, not what you try to prove to everyone to believe is happening for you. Okay, let me let that sink in. Your abundance is not something that's validated by your partnerships, by your money, by the people you have in or out of your life, the fact that you can pull 5 guys or girls in the next hour and fuck them all and move on. It doesn't depend on any of that. It depends on you and the value that you set for yourself and your ability to get back to bringing value into your life with things that you need to do to keep yourself happy, moving, and functioning. Okay? So now that we've talked about the scarcity versus abundance scenario, let's touch on a few other things that are necessary, that are paramount for you to have successful love magic. It doesn't matter if you're bringing your ex back, you're trying to start a partnership with someone new, you're trying to date again, or you're trying to, dominate, whatever the case may be. You must always, 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 in this form of magic, practice confidence, patience, discipline, restraint, perseverance. You must transform yourself. You must exhibit, not for the sake of showing everyone, but you must exhibit from within a sense of self-value, self-love, self-respect, and dignity. Dignity is very important, okay? And I'm going to make mention to something here. You can play the fool all day. You can go and you can read up on, oh, what should you do to get your ex back? And you can do the no contact rule. You can play the role all you want. But if you're not there actively participating in it for your own self-benefit, and when I say self-benefit, it's not even about the ex, but for your own self-transformation, your own self and time that you need to heal and process through love working and the patience and things that you need to really make paramount love magic, then it's all going to fall apart when you meet someone new, because you're going to carry those old wounds from whatever was holding you back in the first place. You're going to destroy that because you're going to act out in the same way, whether it was trust issues, whether it was intimacy issues, whether it was, you being selfish or petty or just nitpicking. All of those things are going to come back up again in this new relationship. Okay, so you can play, or even if you reconcile with your ex, if you are not transforming or evolving to be better than that old version of yourself, because something broke you guys up. It doesn't matter if it was a fight. It doesn't matter if it was a person. It doesn't matter if it was a circumstance, timing, or situation. Something didn't pan out to where the person who you were in that time frame with them didn't measure up enough to have the relationship carry on further. And that could be left to a number of many reasons. And it's not something you're supposed to take personally. It just is what it is sometimes. Okay, so let's go over these key factors once again in detail. So confidence, I think I touched on that. Okay, but you need to be confident in the magic. We had a client, right? And we did work for her. And like we usually hear from, it doesn't matter. And here's the thing. Raina, bitch, we done start to learn that none of y'all hoes trust in the magic. And we understand why. Because magic is faith without sight a lot of times. It's faith without foresight or foreshadowing or even knowing how the situation is going to pan out for you, for things to happen or manifest in the way that you desire. Okay? But when you've done this enough and you've been in the game long enough and you've seen the trial and errors of workings and things like that, you come to realize that it doesn't matter how, bitch, we could do spells for we could focus on one spell, one ritual, one person, bitch, buy all the instruments, buy all the offerings, bitch, buy the biggest candles, bitch, get the biggest dressings, the hottest, spiciest dressing. Bitch, we could have this shit decked out. We can have an altar room under our motherfucking basement, bitch, and do all this shit. If we don't have the confidence in our magic, if we don't have the confidence to let the shit go and pan itself out, it will flop. You will receive muddled results. You will sabotage the working by interfering, okay? And also, interfering doesn't always mean you going and breaking no contact, or you cyber stalking, or doing this, or calling them, fussing at them, talking dirt about them to your mutual friends, or posting subliminal digs on social media. It doesn't mean any of that. It comes from within. If you are not confident enough to think that your ex deserves you more than you need them, it's gonna fail. You're not gonna get the proper results. This time of working this love magic is about placing yourself in higher value, giving yourself value. Not for your ex to recognize, because it's not their job to recognize how valuable you are, okay? It's not anyone's job on this earth to recognize how valuable you are. It's your job to recognize your intrinsic value, and the more you give light to that, the more you illuminate that from the inside, the more you branch that out through your essence and your being, that confidence, more people will naturally it doesn't matter. They're just, girl, I live it, I walk it, I do it, I know. When you walk in it in a place of confidence and not a form of scarcity, but a place of abundance, people will reach out. Situations will pan out where you will find yourself in meeting people in places where they are intrigued by you. They are interested in you. They admire some aspect, some trait that is, it's not something that's said, it's not in the way you dress, it's just in your energetic field. Confidence is key in love magic. Patience. Girl, literally, patience. Going back to this story, I wanted to tell the little footnote tease I wanted to tell you guys. So we have a client working with her, whatever, things are moving, progressing, and she just cannot see it for the life of her. She's like, well, where's the magic? Yeah, I can't wait to see the magic. Da 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 da. Okay, sis. Well, what's going on? Have you noticed any movement? What's happened in the last couple? Oh, well, this, and that happened, and we did talk, and I did run into him just randomly, And I'm like, Miss Thing, Raina T's is like, girl, what? Like, what are you? What? You're waiting on what? You're waiting on the end result. And yes, in magic, you do have to focus and prioritize on reaching that end result. you do. That should be your focal point when performing the ritual. When you're in the ritual that night, you got your candles, you got your dressings, or however many nights you're going to do it, you are to see that focal point. Whether that's them back in your bed, back in your arms, back in your life, new person coming into your life, dating, having successful dates, you have to see that. Them there in the moment with you at the dinner table, smiling, laughing, drinks, good things. You have to see that. But you also have to have patience to get there. And like I said before, it doesn't matter how grand the motherfucking ritual and how many offerings you make. This magic takes time. There are so many other variables that are at play when it comes to psychology and free will. Free will is one of the strongest, most resilient things out there. Okay? It isn't, when we do, we have clients come to us, oh, well, I want him to be back with me again. I want him to be in love with me again. I want him to, miss me and come home. I want her to think about me and realize that we had something. Okay, that's fine. But how did you guys leave? Well, it was pretty tumultuous. There was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of this. There was a lot of that. They said that they didn't feel the same about me anymore. The relationship had grown stale. I wasn't, I wasn't putting my best foot forward anymore in the way I carried myself, going out with them anymore, doing things together as a couple. I didn't try as hard once I got comfortable. Okay, so you guys left in a negative space, for lack of better words. You guys left in a negative space. Yeah, you could kind of say that. Okay, so now the love magic is in effect. A lot of times we will recommend tranquility work. Not in tranquil. Tranquility work. And that's another video to talk to you girls about, because there's so many of you girls that come to Raina Teas wanting in tranquil work and have gone to other root workers for in tranquil work, and you don't understand the nature of that magic. Okay? Because when you're doing in tranquil work, yes, you can have a little part of you that wants that person back, but it can't be like it cannot be the totality, because that magic is so dark and so corrupting. When that person comes back, you still are gonna have to cleanse them, okay? And there's been no healing or transformative energy present to nurture the relationship to enter again, that it'll be a healthy one. You'll be getting back soot. You'll be getting back soot, and you'll be having to navigate either walking on eggshells, watching what you say, watching, if you're going to fight, if you're going to blow up, are they going to leave, this and that. You're going to be watching to see if that's present and always in a state of anxiety and fear. That's also acting from a place of scarcity and not abundance. But we do it over here, but we're telling you the real tea behind it. Okay? So, yeah, going back to this person, it's like Miss Thing, patience. There's already been movement before we even got the work to you, sis. Like, bitch, the work wasn't even, the work hadn't even touched down to where you were. And bitch, you're already in communication with him. The spirits, bitch, work to make sure to have you hoes run into each other randomly out of just out of the fucking blue. He don't want to talk to you. He don't want to deal with you, but he had to come face to face with you and talk to you. And then y'all reconcile the legal issue that y'all had going on. And you're asking, well, you're still waiting to see. Girl, waiting to see what? I'm guessing the end result. Yes, the projection of that end result of you guys back in a formal relationship. But at the same time, that's not what you said. A lot of you girls say when you come to us for a certain type of work, and that you have to be honest with yourselves and what you guys are asking for, because we go with what you're asking for. Even though we know that's not what you want, we're going to go with what you're asking for. Okay? So that's just that little whole point I'm going to touch, because I'm dragging this video out and I have other points. So the next thing is discipline and restraint. I'm going to merge these two together. Discipline and restraint is very important in love magic. Your emotions are gonna be haywire. They are going to be all over the place. You want to call them, you want to text them, you want to curse them out for dating so soon. You want to curse them out because you knew that girl was there and she wasn't a friend all along, and all this. You want to do all these things. You just want to rip their ass apart. You want them dead. You want them back. You want them here. You want them there. You just want. And so what do without discipline and self-restraint? You start acting out. You start posting subliminal digs on Facebook. You start aimlessly and obsessively stalking their social media. Okay? You start texting them drunk, late nights, begging, pleading, crying, bringing up the mistakes that happened in a relationship, reminding them constantly of why the relationship was bad and why they left, or why you had to leave in the first place. Okay? If you're constantly trying to reach out to them to reconcile about what happened, explain that, you didn't mean what you said, or did they mean what they said, or they hurt you, you hurt them, you're so sorry. You done cried, honey, on the phone. You done begged, you done pleaded, you've reached out. No. Let the work. It goes back to the confidence. If you know you got spirits working on your side, it's different. It's different when you it's different to understand the nature of it when you're doing the work yourself and you're inexperienced. Okay, you're doing the work yourself. You're inexperienced. You read online. Oh, you need just get the jar, just get the candle, just get a lighter, just get some sweet scents and play some nostalgic music and think about them and do the prayer. And you do it and you're like, oh, well, is this going to work? Okay, that's different. But when you're working with the nature of spirits, when you're working with the nature of entities, when you're working with root workers and practitioners and conjurers who actually when you come to Reign of Teas, bitch, we're petitioning spirits, okay? Conscience beings going and petitioning to them in your favor. You have to let that spirit work the way that they want to work. You cannot orchestrate or playwright or screenplay or navigate or nitpick or penny pinch how, when, and why, and what variables need to happen and that spirit needs to do. They are going to find that disrespectful. And that's another thing I want to talk to you girls about too. Footnotes. It's going to be a long video, and that's fine. Footnotes. If you work with someone, or you yourself work with a spirit to help in your case, you have to be very mindful of your thoughts. You have to be very mindful of what you're saying to other people. You have to be mindful of what you're saying to these other readers and root workers. Because these spirits are working in your case. They are presently working with you and between your partner. We're talking about love magic here. They're working in the space between you and your partner's case. And if all they see is a whining, complaining, ungrateful, just pessimistic person who, they're showing them signs, they're giving them omens, they're giving them little things. Okay, this is happening. You're feeling this, you're seeing this, and you're constantly like, but I don't this isn't enough. I want more. I want bigger. I want grander. I need the finished product. They're not going to be motivated to continue the shit. They will give you muddled down results. It will take longer for you to get what you want. And then it'll be a situation like for example, take you girls way back. So we had a client and we did work for her. She wanted tranquil work to bring a guy back. I said, look, this is some dark working now. This is not love spell. Okay, he did me so wrong. He was so this, he was so that, and I want him to suffer, I'm not even worried about him coming back. I just want him to suffer, Okay, girl, are you sure? Because we're going to fuck him up. Yeah, I am. And I want him to come back and, say sorry to me and beg me to come back. Okay, well, we're gonna, bitch, that's a part of the Tranquil working too, to kind of drag you guys back to each other, but, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be romantic. Okay, all right. So we send the spirits out, bitch. The spirits are working on the case. She constantly, oh, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't like seen or saw anything. I've been looking on his Facebook. He hasn't mentioned me. Just letting you guys know. Okay, sis, you gotta wait. 2 weeks is too soon. Oh, okay, it's been a month now, Raina, and I'm not seeing anything. Like I don't yeah, I'm just kind of waiting. Like, am I gonna see anything? Like I've literally been marking the days down on the calendar. I've literally been Xing out the days until he contacts me. I've been waiting around the phone. I've been checking my Facebook daily, my inboxes daily, because I'm waiting for him to contact me. Does that sound like you're coming from yes, okay, it's patience. You haven't reached out to this motherfucker yet. But does that really are you coming from a place of abundance or scarcity? You're feeling the scarcity. You're reminding yourself of the scarcity by Xing every day that they don't contact you, by going and stalking them vigorously, and constantly texting us, reaching out to us, saying that you're not seeing or you don't believe in any of the work. The fucking spirit that we work with was like, this bitch ungrateful. And what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. The boy came back, but she had to initiate contact. She had to reach out to him. They're back together, but she had to do it. So the spirit made way for him to be back into her life. But because she was so ungrateful, because she was so, oh, I'm not seeing anything, I'm marking the days, because she couldn't let the magic work and let the spirits work on her behalf and in her favor, they gave it to her, but she had to come get it because she wanted to be in control. She wanted to dictate how, when, why, and where. And so the spirit said, okay, bitch, you contact him. You do it. And she did. And she got him back. Okay? So patience and restraint on yourself. Not even what you're projecting to them. Not even what you're projecting to the world. Not even that you're trying to show everybody, oh, I'm so happy. I'm so healthy. I'm so healed. I'm just living my best life. No, like inside. Restraint. Knowing that you need to focus on keeping yourself busy and active and cleanse and focus on this fucking money magic and this other love magic to bring new and other love into your life. That's what you should be doing when you're doing reconciliation work. Bitch, you should be doing sweetenings, bitch, and jars, not on them, on you. You need to quell that space of animosity and tension and intranquility between you. I think I was talking about that point earlier. I might have got a little digressed, so I'm going to touch on it a little bit. A lot of times what's necessary after a breakup is tranquility and healing work, reconciliation work that starts with healing and time. It heals all things. It fades the darkness. It does. It fades the wounds. Even when you think back on that ex that you'll never get back with. I mean, unless you really came out of an abusive, like really terrible situation. If you think back on an ex that it's been some time, y'all haven't talked, maybe y'all haven't been together, maybe y'all are cordial, it doesn't bother you anymore who they are with or who they're dating, blah, 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 y'all just casual exes. Do you look at them and you think about the bad times, or do you kind of look at them sometimes, you're like, this quirky bitch, like I remember when he used to do this, and that, it was cute. You have a little bit of a mixture of both, but mostly you don't think so much about the bad times because you're past that intense phase of using that negative energy to protect yourself, shield yourself, or grieve. That energy is necessary and present when you're grieving to help you, not really help you, but kind of like put into picture or put into perspective everything that went on. And is that emotion strong enough or repetitive enough for you to continue on with this person or move on? That's what that's for. But it needs time to quell. It needs time to settle. The things you've said to them and the things they said to you have been fresh. So it needs time to quell. Okay? The next things that I'm going to touch on is transformation is key. Okay? Transformation is key. You cannot get your lover back. You cannot bring in new successful love if you're still the same broken person that was there and present at the point of the end of the relationship. You cannot be that person. No matter how much revenge you want to get, no matter how much they did you wrong and you want them to suffer, no matter how much you want them to pay, you cannot be that person anymore. If you want this shit to be successful, you need to be transforming. You need to have some value, some intrinsic value added back to your life. You need to be in a state of confidence and patience and discipline and restraint. You need to be exhibiting those. Because, for example, let's say it's been some time, you did the love work or whatever the case may be. You feel like, oh, it's some time, I haven't heard back from them, let me reach out. And you reach out and they don't say anything. Are you going to lose all? Are you going to go into the scarcity mindset? Are you just going to just abort everything that you worked on, everything you built, all the things that you were aspiring to do and make it seem like, you know, oh, that you're doing it, you're getting it, you're out here, you're dating, you're living, you're doing your best. And then that person, that one person doesn't give you that validation. And you crumble, you start panicking, you start throwing, crying, hissing, you know, talking to the root worker. Oh, I don't see no results. What's going on? Da, 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 da. Oh my God, like, what do I do now? Like, I need to go to another root worker. No, another root worker. Can you put more work on this? Because this other person, they're doing the work and I don't see anything. You're acting from a place of scarcity, not abundance. The transformation needs to be into leading you within the realm and sphere of abundance. Because you know what? When you do reach out and that person doesn't reply and you just get back on with your life, you continue to say, okay, well, you know what? I tried. This person, it obviously isn't like they didn't reach back out. Okay. You get back into doing what you need to do. You start opening yourself up to dating more again. And it's public, like social media or something. You think when you reach out to your ex, let me tell you something. Let me fill you in on some psychology here, okay? On being on both sides of the spectrum, chasing and being chased. We all get the text message. We all get it. We all choose to ignore it. But the reality is, no matter what, it still resonates some sort of energetic frequency either within us or about us or within our sphere. When an ex reaches out, if you are not through with the process of grieving or resenting or, you know, being mad at them or whatever, then their message is going to carry an energy for you that is intranquil. It's going to be like, ugh, like this fucking bitch. Like, what do they want? But when some time has passed and you reach out and everything has been kind of good and healthy, and even on your own side, because let me tell you something, even when they don't reply, trust their curiosity has been piqued, and trust if there's a form or way for them to go look your ass up and see what you've been doing with yourself, they're gonna do it if they haven't been doing it already, because the work is already in effect. So that's your prime piece of butter right there. To show them, and not for them, again, not for them, for yourself, but to illustrate authentically that transformation is happening in your life. You're traveling, you're doing new this, you're taking pictures here, you went out there, you're forging new connections with friends and doing new things together with new people and cherishing new bonds. All those things. When they see that, they're gonna be like, damn, who is this new person? They looking good. They got new clothes. Okay, maybe I'll reach out later. Maybe I won't text back right now. I have been thinking about them. Let me just say hey. Text back, hey, how are things? Hey, what's going on? Oh, hey, nice to hear from you. Bam. That's the door right there. If you are the person that you need to be, then the magic is already on your side. You just walk through, bitch, and kick, not even kick your feet up, but you walk through, make yourself comfortable, and you just be like, okay, what do you want to do here? Because if not, I mean, I got plenty of people to go back to. I got plenty. And I'm not saying you bring that to them right away like that. I'm not saying, the first time you guys talk, it's like, oh, are we doing a relationship or not? Because I'm not here to do. No. But you won't act from a place of desperation. You won't act from a place of neediness. You won't act from a place of clinginess and fear about losing them or about blowing your chances. You'll be there genuinely trying to reach out because you care about them, you're concerned about them, you want to check in with them, you would like to see if it is all possible to start rekindling a new friendship, a new relationship again. But bitch, if they don't, it's no tea. And I know you may be thinking to yourself, okay, well, why would we pay for magic if the end result is for us to not really want them back anyway? Right? Isn't that a valid question? But the answer is the psychology in the nature of love magic ordains that this is the way. It ordains that you must be that way. It ordains that you must transform and exhibit abundance over scarcity, confidence over insecurity, patience over sporadic and erratic behavior, discipline over neediness and clinginess and possessive desperation, restraint over stalking, killing yourself inside over and over by reading into everything that they're doing, they're saying, where they at, where they going, who they doing. Stop it. Stop. In this, you are a component too. And your value is first, not them. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to look at this like, it doesn't matter if these motherfuckers come back or not, bitch. I'ma still be good. I took up magic because, even beforehand, magic just was always a part of me, but really getting into the core concrete of my magic, and I think even getting into the nature of really understanding and working so closely with love magic, because it's so fascinating to me. I love psychology. I love dating, the psychology of dating. I love seeing how magic works in tangent with that thought process. I love it. It's so fascinating to me. But what I learned is sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes we have to surrender and accept things. We do. We want to control, we want to hold, we want to possess, we want to not lose. That is the mindset of scarcity, the fear of loss, scarcity, the fear of losing control, scarcity. The fear of not being happy again, scarcity. The feeling that you're your ex can make or break your future or your happiness. Scarcity. It is not abundance. So as I say this to you, because you know, girl, bitch, we almost at 50 minutes, girl. And you know, Raina over here, if we're not one thing, bitch, we're blunt and with the truth. Okay? We have to give you girls the truth, because it's no point to just have you girls come over here, do the magic, and then while you're in the magic, it's like, it's all this confusion and flip ups and all this just strenuous, emotional, intense energy and back and forth and checking up on the work and going to other root workers to do the work and going to other root workers to do the reading. And girl, you're doing the most. A lot of you hoes are doing the most. Sit back, relax. It's goddamn, like, bitch, let me tell you. I will light a honey jar, bitch, to bring 5 new motherfuckers before I light a motherfucking candle to bring my ex back. Because I know when I light that when I light that candle to bring 5 new motherfuckers, I'm gonna get a 6th surprise, which is his ass. Okay? That's how you have to be in this. If I do love magic, not really that I'm doing it like that anymore, because I'm enjoying the connections that I do have. I'm enjoying the relationships, platonic or just kind of casual, that I do have. But I know, I have the confidence, I have the abundance mindset to know that all it takes is me getting in there and doing the motherfucking work, and it's done. I don't sit back thinking nothing like, oh, you know, where is it at? When is it going to come? Is it going to be too late? Am I never going to see it again? No, none of that. If I feel that way about something, then I go into myself, I practice cleansing, I practice grounding, and bitch, I try to refocus my direction to say, okay, what can I do to, what can I do to alleviate that? Okay, make this coin. Okay, bitch, the best remedy for heartbreak is making bread, honey, to be quite honest with you. Making money, being sufficient, accomplishing and achieving something, overcoming a challenge or an obstacle. That shit is more liberating, because you say to yourself, I didn't need anybody to do it. I did this myself. I knew it was time for me to tackle this and accomplish this. Abundance mindset. Okay? So with that, I think that is going to be it for this video. Did I do my... Yeah, I did. Okay, so in the beginning of the video, bitch, I let you girls know. Contact Raina T's. Contact information will be in the description box below. Let me see. I did have down here on my little notes, self-value, love, respect, and dignity is also paramount. Girl, I cannot tell you, do not go out here being messy. Don't go out here like starting drama or beef with your ex, because it only just messes and muddles up the magic that's already in the working, and a lot of you girls sit tight and work on yourselves. Work on yourselves. Stop needing someone else to come in and fill some hole within you. That's codependency. That's not healthy. No amount of ritual love and tranquil spirit spell, Raina T's box, bitch, potions, lotions, dotions, bitch, dildos, vibrators, flesh jacks, ain't none of that is going to, bitch, none of that is going to alleviate that void that only you can fill within yourself. So take this lesson and understand how psychology plays a huge factor in the nature of love magic. Okay, and with that, we'll talk to you girls in the next one. Yes, honey, if you haven't gotten into any other videos on this channel, bitch, welcome to Raina T's. Yeah, this is how we get down over here, bitch. We're about that growth and transformation. So I will see you girls in the next one.